Yo guys, welcome back to my channel. Hopefully we're live across all platforms on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Big up every single person that is here live. This is the Kid Galahad versus Charles, or I forgot his name, Dickens reaction. So yeah, we'll wait a couple of more minutes for people to jump in, and then we'll get cracking. It's been a great showdown today, and hopefully we're going to get more of this sort of fight cards, etc., and then we'll take it from there. But great night of boxing. Let me know what you guys think, and then we'll get cracking, okay? Because yo, some of the fights on the undercard, I was really surprised. The Dickens one and Galahad one, I was a bit more understanding. I understood the entire fight. Like I see it coming. That's how I visioned the fight to go to begin with. So I weren't really too not impressed, but I weren't too what's the word? Surprised when that sort of fight went that way. But let's get cracking there with me. All right. Akim Fiaz versus. Actually, you know what? Let's start with the main event, guys. Let me know what you guys think as well. Oh, apologies, forgot to put the comments. All right, bomb. Yeah. Galahad versus the Dickens fight. Now, like I said to you guys before, I'm also drop a like on this video, guys. I completely forgot. I keep forgetting to tell you guys this, yeah. But if you're on YouTube, please drop a like on the video. It helps out a lot. Boom. Galahad versus Dickens. For me, Galahad put in a great performance, but at the same time, I think Dickens could have done a lot better. I think Dickens, for me, was very tentative. He got in good positions to throw a consecutive amount of punches, but he just didn't throw. So he got in. Big up man like Subhan. Yeah, big up. Galahad jab was incredible. Yes, indeed, it was incredible. I'll touch upon how he fought throughout this and now, but that is a great point. We'll touch upon that right now. Coming into round 1 or 2. Also before the fight, what's his name? Josh Warrington was saying, yeah, he was very skinny on the weights, etc., and he will perform. But I don't know what he was talking about. I didn't see I didn't see what he saw. First round, Galahad started a little bit on the slower side. Dickens just went for it, but Galahad sort of went weathered the storm. I gave the first round to Dickens, and then every other round afterwards, I gave it to Galahad. Literally every single one. Galahad had an amazing jab. Not only his jab was great, his footwork was I will say the footwork is great, but it's a bit controversial when you're stepping on man's toes. Yeah, and that is very frustrating. I can understand that as a fighter, it could be very frustrating. So, yeah, very good jab by Galahad. Galahad for me controlled the fight immensely, very much. But I don't think he was, how do I say it, defense proof. I don't think he had a brick wall in front of him. In my opinion, I think he, like if Jazza Dickens went for a bit more, it could have been a bit more competitive, and that's why I think for me it was a bit one-sided for my liking. Galahad was great going from the orthodox stance to a southpaw stance, cutting at him from different angles, hitting at him through very fierce uppercut and 1-2s. Great jab on the back or on the front foot. Not even at the front foot. It was more like a side angle. He was throwing the jabs. It's a great performance from Kid Galahad. For me, like I would give him an 8.5 out. Yeah, 8.5 out of 10. Very good performance. Very good jab. Where I think he could have maybe improved on, because there's no, like, for me, a 10 out of 10 fight would be a fighter who's just absolutely flawless. Like, we're talking without fault throughout the fight. For me, Kid Galahad, he left himself exposed, but that, a lack of defensive, or not lack of defensive capability, but that sort of frailty wasn't exploited by Dickens. There was space and time for Dickens to come in knock it, like hit it with a 1-2, or hit it with a counter right, or etc etc etc. But he just got in that position and just started pushing my man. Like it weren't as fluid from Dick as I would have liked. He threw half the punches that Kid Galahad did, although Dickens was very cut all over the place. I think personally, I think he had like a 5 out of 10 performance. And that's how I sort of fight. Moving on to the undercard, guys. This one is, I thought it was a great undercard. Okay, very, very, very good undercard. Unfortunately, I missed Aki Fias versus the Baldo Spino fight, so I might have to rewatch that afterwards. But the Emily Bridges fight versus Beck Connolly. Emily Bridges, for me, I predicted this to be either a late stoppage or a points decision win. However, Ebony put in a very, 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 very good performance, and she stopped her Beck Connolly middle of the fight. And I did not expect that. Okay. Moving on from Ebony Bridges, like where she wanted to go in the future. Also, as well, I forgot to touch upon where Kid Galahad could go going forward. A great fight for Kid Galahad for me. Josh Warrington is fighting Lara fairly soon, I believe. I think that's fairly soon. Hopefully that's not been rescheduled, because every fight I know under the sun has been rescheduled. A great fight for him post or after this fight is the rematch against Josh Warrington. If Josh Warrington wins against Lara, because he's got the world title, and Kid Galahad wants to avenge his loss, so it's a match made in heaven for me. Like, you can't get any better matches than that. So moving back onto Ebony Bridges, for me, she was wanted to talk about fighting the likes of Shannon Courtney. And she said, yeah, like, everybody wants it, but she doesn't want it. Look, at the end of the day, it's up to the fighter whether they want to fight. And you can't force a fighter to fight if they don't want to fight. Okay, the only way you can make it impossible for a fighter to choose otherwise is if it's mandated, and everything is like, look, if you don't take this fight, you're not going to have amazing opportunities going forward. Because she won the first fight, she's a current WBA world title holder. It's like Ebony needs her more than Ebony needs Courtney more than Courtney needs Ebony. And that's how I see it currently. I think for me, I would for Ebony Bridges, maybe fight a couple of fights, maybe fight Rachel Ball or people around that sort of level. If she beats Rachel Ball, then a great fight will be between her and Shadow Courtney. Maybe even if she wins the world title, having a unification bout against Shadow Courtney would be absolutely immense. I don't see why not. I absolutely do not see why not. She has a profile. She's building a great fan base. So I don't see why she cannot attract a world title shot. Because especially for women's boxing, the commercial value isn't as big as it should be. So that will be a great alternative. Fight for a world title, and then come back to Shannon, man. That's what Shannon wants, unification belts. At least bring something to the table. You can't just call people's name out. You've not got anything to the table, and all you've done is beat Beck Connolly. And Beck Connolly got smashed. I think Shannon really beat Beck Connolly. Correct me if I'm wrong. Beck Connolly faced everyone. She got lost to Ramla Ali. She lost to Chantal Cameron. She lost to I think she lost to Agatha Cameron. I could be wrong, but she lost to Terry Harper. She lost to Elise Courtney. She lost to Natasha Jonas. So for me, beating somebody like that, it's not really like, it doesn't put you in a position where you're deserving of a world title after literally one fight after you fought for it. You know what I mean there? But let's keep moving. Johnny Fisher versus Danny Whitaker. Great win for Johnny Fisher. Bruv, yeah. So with Johnny Fisher, for me, I like him, but I need to see him tested. I need to see him to be test proof. Otherwise, unfortunately, what you're going to find is him knocking out tomato cans and then being a bit sluggish against the top guys. A good fight for him, to be fair, is potentially even Eric Molina. I'll chuck him in with Eric Molina right now. Sod it, yeah. Third, fourth fight, let your hands go, or even like a Nathan Gorman, let your hands go. You know the way there. But big up Johnny Fisher, being trained by Mark. I was about to say Mark Sibbs. and were also managed by Sam Jones. Great performance from him. I think it was what was it, first or second? I think it was the second round knockout. I think his one was a second round knockout. So that was a good performance from him. And then the Savage Babbage. Oh my god, this guy is the guy from yeah. Oh, gas me up by Croatian myself. Hold on. Let me just go to the comment. Big up man like Zach. Man, right, so we invested the setup. Bruv, I was thinking the same thing, bruv. That's what I was thinking, bruv. I was thinking the same thing. Literally exactly the same thing. I had that idea, like, because one of my cousins, he built his own PC, and I was like, you know what, like, I ain't gonna lie, fam, yeah, I might build my own PC. I was speaking to that with my brother, man. But big up, man, like Zach. And then Savage Babbage versus, yeah, like for me, Alan, he went a bit further than he did in the past, but Mark Bennett took way too much punishment for my liking. I think Mark was very much like he got smashed in the head. He was all over the place, but he just kept coming back. He just kept like throwing a couple of punches and demonstrating that he wasn't always out of the fight. And Alan Babbage got caught with a couple of good punches on the defensive route, but for me, like Alan Babbage, you look at that fight and think, raw, like he could have did better. Dillian said it halfway through the fight. I think he said he was headhunted a lot, which I agree with entirely. He was headhunted. He was hitting him. That's what he was looking for. If he hit him to the body a couple of times and hit him to the head, like I think one of his coaches said, even though his coaches are Croatian, I kind of understood what they said. They basically was like they were demonstrating it, like it's a bit like charades in it, you know what I mean? Yeah. So they were going like this, boom, 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 boom. Okay. So like, at least he's got good people in his corner. But Alan Babbage, I want to see him fight for the European title, and I don't know who's got the European title. Who the hell's got the heavyweight European title? Who could have it? I don't know. Who's not got it? Who the flip's got the European belt? I don't think it's Tyson Fury, is it? No, it can't be Tyson Fury. Someone's got the European belt. Oh, Joe Joyce. I think Joe Joyce might have it, but I think Joe Joyce got the Commonwealth. Somebody's got the European, but I don't know who's got it. But he can fight for the Euro. Oh, I think it is Joe Joyce, because I remember Fabio Wardley, which I'm just about to talk about right now. He was told Joe Joyce to drop the British title or European title. I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, going on to Fabio Wardley again. Nick, he started very, very, very slow. Too slow for my liking. Joe Joyce, yeah. I knew, yeah, I was thinking Joe Joyce got it. I thought Joe Joyce got it. Okay. Alan Savage Babbage, for me, he should fight for that, and then moving forward, step up. Like, I want to see him get tested. He used too much power, like too much energy in the first couple of rounds. I needed to increase that level of output. Not increase, but like slow down the first couple of rounds, and use that energy to the third or fourth round when the opponents get a bit more time, because the high level guys, they don't get knocked out first 2 rounds that easily. You need to sort of cook up the food before you start eating it. Fabio Wardley tried to start slowly like he did against Eric Molina, but Nick Webb was not having it. Nick Webb went hell for leather, and Fabio Wardley was in a position where he had to sink or swim. He either had to take the punches or he just had to run around. He weren't fast enough to get away from Nick Webb. Nick Webb is so big and so fast, I don't think you can run away from that. So he just had to fight. And he said, you know what? F this, yeah? Throw the game plan out the window, sod this. I'm gonna bang this guy out, yeah. And he literally went for it first round, and he got knocked out, and he got a knockout, a win. So great performance from Fabio Wardley. A very risky move, and I don't always agree with that level of that tactic of just empty out the tank and just go for it round one. Very, very dangerous, but you know the way there, like he got the job done, but it's not something that you should do often, okay? Which is which hopefully he can fight for the British title or Commonwealth European title, and then go on from there. I know Alan, it's annoying they're both in the same stable camp, because that's a great fight for the pair of them. But let's go to the comments. Boom. I read that. Who's winning, Joshua Usyk? Joshua, it's gonna be Ukraine versus England in the Euros. Yeah, it was a 4-0 slapping. Yeah, not even a slapping. Yeah, it's going to be like that. It's going to be smoky, bro. Yeah, listen, he's ages. Look, Usyk is a sitting duck at heavyweight. Usyk, he's very heavily plants his feet, um, heavy on the floor, and he doesn't have a good movement or footwork in the heavyweight division as much as he did in the lighter weight class. So in my opinion, he's just gonna AJ is just gonna see him as a sitting duck and just smoke the hell out of him. I'll call that round 3 knockout. Easy. Yeah? Boom. Shout out Galahad man said this ain't no Mickey Mouse belt. Do you see regular on this belt looking for more smoke? Regular. Listen, I I don't agree with regular. Oh, this is regular, super regular, international regular, bloody Black Lives Matter belt, flipping. Like what else belt? Cinco de Mayo belt, Christmas Day belt, flipping. Like I'm not agreeing with all these random stupid belts, man. Like I'm not. Was it the diamond belt, the platinum belt, the flipping gold belt, silver belt, bruv, intercontinental belt? I'm not a fan of all of that nonsense, man. But um yeah, for me, IPF is a very, very, very good belt for him. And you know what? He's a world champion. He's a new world champion. We're getting some new world champions in the UK, you know? Yeah, who said British Boxing is dead? I'm not hearing it, bro. Yeah, therefore, he said, I look forward to see you at the Hurricane tomorrow. Don't forget. Listen, guys, if you're in London, yeah, I'm going to post it on Off the Campus Boxing tonight, bro. Yeah, hopefully I won't forget, yeah, but tonight I'm going to post it, yeah. I'm going to be at that game. Actually, you know what? I got the deals here, fam. Flipping out. I just clocked. Hold on. Hold on, guys. We did a bit of promo, yeah? Support our own, you know what I mean? There. Boom. Hopefully you guys see this. Alright, perfect, yeah? Let me get closer. London Legacy versus Upminster Barn FC tomorrow. Barking FC Stadium, Meansbrook, 3 p.m. £10 a ticket, £3 concession ticket, which is kids. If if you don't know what that means, boom, yeah. Support our own 3 p.m. London Legacy. I'll be there. You're done now, okay? Quick plug, boom, yeah. Jojo, yeah, Joyce. Woolley got fast. He does, but it's is it how fast and how powerful is it in comparison to top 10 heavyweights? That is a great question. I don't know. Stoppage was weird. I understood it. I understood the stoppage for Fabio Wardley. Fabio Wardley got so he hit Nick Webb. Nick Webb, when on his way down, he sort of bounced off the ropes, bounced back up again. Where they should have at that point should have done a standard A cup, but it was such a small millisecond between that and then Fabio Wardley just smacking him down. He just went for him. So was it? It was. He was knocked out. He bounced. He sort of rebounded off the ropes and got knocked down on the floor. You know, in a way there. So it looked a bit weird, but maybe the referee should have stepped in. But it was like they're heavyweights, man. Like, look at the ref, man. Like I really feel for referees that have to deal with heavyweights and their little men, man. I was watching a small color fight, yeah, or white collar fight back in a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, man, big man thing. The referees, I think there's like a small referee, there's those huge heavyweights, yeah, and he was struggling to take them apart, yeah. But yeah, Wardley versus Babbage, Wardley or Babbage versus Adelaide. Do you know what, guys? Yeah, we're not gonna do another. Hold on. Are we gonna do another plug? Alright, boom. Yeah, I actually know David Adelaide, one of David Adelaide's sponsor. He's actually someone I know, and he looks after me with regards to the supplements and stuff like that. So yeah, that's gonna be a bit sticky because I really like Callum Beveridge as well. But hopefully we could get that fight as well. What's up with the Dilly? Yo, Didn't wear a grandma's shower cap, boy. Yo, fam. Yeah, it's a bit mad. I can't like I've seen rappers wear that. I think I've actually J Hus wear that, but it's to hide your anonymity. Because but to be fair, he's a heavyweight. He's such a big, lumpy guy. Yeah, that how much of your identity do you want to hide? You know, I know people be like, "Oh, is that Dylan?" Like they might be looking at me like, "Is that Dylan?" But if they're really hardcore boxing fans or any somewhat boxing fans, just even if he covered his head here and we just looked at his body, we kind of know who he is here because he um we just watch so many fights of him. We know how he looks like just by his body. Um, but yeah, man, why it looks like a bruv, he does, bro. Yeah, he does. 100%, bro. 100%. Like, I, you know what? Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm the huge fan of Dillian White. I ain't a huge fan of that, bro. Is what it is, man. Everyone's, each of their own. Um, when Yeah, well, Yoti size where you are, bro. 100%, man. He should have took a knee when he buzzed. It hit, it hits hard to think logically. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Absolutely agreed. Um, maybe it might have been beneficial for a couple of times for fighters to maybe take the knee and then for 8 seconds to jump back up to regain themselves. But for me, at the same time, like I don't. When you get punched in the head repeatedly, I don't. I sort of that option is not really like a viable option. That maybe somebody like or Mark Bennett, he spat out his gum shield. That's a great option. Spit out your gum shield. They clean it up. For me, that's just like that's a loophole that you could easily be resolved. Why don't the referee in each one of his pockets have replacements for the gum shields? Clean everything ready to go, or literally just on the side, they throw it in for the referee catches it, boom, yeah, here you go, put it in his mouth. You know the way there. I think that loophole should really be exploited, personally, in my opinion. That loophole of spitting out your gum shield is used way too often. I think that there's got to be a viable way around it because this is a sport of boxing where each second counts. Absolutely, man. Each second counts. When you spit out your gum shield, you get another 30 seconds. You rejuvenate. It's like literally like a break in between rounds. You know, well, you know the way it is. So I completely get it, man. Like how people are feeling with regard to that one. But overall, Kid Galahad versus Jazz Dickens, a great performance from Kid Galahad, and I think onwards and upwards from him. I want to see him challenge. I want to see his next opponents being fearless. Maybe a Lara after the child after just for or even just Warrington, man. Bruv, you don't need to fight a tune-up fight after you fight for a world title, bro. You can literally fight whoever. Like I see, in my opinion, you should fight top level guys. Mandatories for me are not always top level guys. So you know the way they're like, what's the name? Coley wanted to fight in mandatory. He had to move over or wanted to fight unification. Then he has to fight a mandatory. The mandatory was a crap mandatory. You know, the mandatory is not even better than his last three opponents. So it's like, come on, fam. But overall, good card, bruv. Also, as well, I completely forgot, guys. I completely forgot. Okay, great to see the undefeated guys on the show or on the Zone show. Really, really proud of these guys along with Ade Oladipo, man. These guys are some top level guys. Yeah, let me show. Yeah, hopefully I can find little clips of them, but it was absolutely amazing just to watch them grow, to watch them become like being on the zone, fam. The zone is a big thing, you know. I'm losing my words, but the zone, like, it's a big thing. And I'm just, like, once I saw that, I just felt so happy, like, for them, and not only for them, but also for Ade as well. And I can see Ade, like, bruv, Ade's been on the channel, guys, as well. He brought through the Manda, man. Ade brought through the man as well. He's been on off the cameras. He like it's not even like the thing is he was so far out of reach. I thought, you know what, yeah, I got to pull myself up before I even mentioned his name. Because Ade is like for me, Ade was like flipping, bro. You know how it was, yeah. I explain how it was, yeah. It's like you just spit in bars for like a year. You spit in bars, you had like a couple of views on the GRM daily, couple of that, yeah, and then you start hollering out bloody a get, yeah, or Skepta or my man up there, lethal bit, bruv, yeah. It's like that was out of reach, but like he extended it, he offered for himself to come on the podcast, and I was like on the show, and I was like, rah, like I'm so happy like for his support as well. I found the video, guys. Hopefully this one is going to be good, man. Let me just share my screen. Hopefully this doesn't block this, bro. Big man thing. I'm bigging you guys up, man. So if you guys block it, you lot of pagans, fam. Yeah, because I'm just talking about you lot for a good couple of minutes, man. But boom, yeah. Let me just share my screen, bruv. Have you seen this, guys? Hopefully you guys have seen this. Yeah, this is appreciation for these guys.
First of all, I'm one of the greatest fighters of all time. Undefeated. I went through my whole career without a loss. When I fought Oscar De La Hoya, Ricky Hatton, Shane Mosley.
Floyd, why should I give you 90% of the split? Why do you want 90%?
Because you're a promoter. I'm a promoter. I'm my own promoter. And when I fight, it's not pay per view. It's made per view. So.
Cheese. Come on. Yes. Yes, lads. Yeah. I'm so proud of these guys. I wish nothing but success for all of these guys, and Ade been watching them for quite some time. But thank you very much for that's sort of an appreciation for these guys, okay? But overall, great performance from Kid Galahad, and always an up. Next show, I think it's going to be on. When is the next show? I think it's next week against Buatsi. I could be wrong. I really could be wrong, but I think the next week is Buatsi. Or there is next week? Next week is the 14th. So who's fighting on the 14th of August? Buatsi, yeah. Buatsi next week. Who else is fighting? I think there's an American fight as well. When is also Pacquiao versus Spence happening? But nevertheless, we'll be doing this probably straight after the fights, sort of a lay down breakdown of what's been going on, etc., and give it a little breakdown of that. Might as well do it live because it's a bit more easier and it's a bit fresh on everybody's mind. So, but thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Drop a like, okay? If you're watching it from like Twitter or wherever, just go back on YouTube, drop a like, etc., and subscribe. Helps out a lot, guys. But I really appreciate the support, love, etc. So, thank you very much for watching this. Okay, we'll end it here. Peace, love, and prosperity, guys. And I'm gonna catch you guys in a bit. Peace.